Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and today we're going to be talking about shoes that you should avoid, right? So I'm not saying these shoes are terrible, I'm not saying these shoes are absolutely horrendous and you should like avoid it like the plague, but these shoes are not amazing and there are a lot better options out there, especially for better price, you know, in my personal opinion. So if you guys do want to get any of these shoes, I won't leave a link in the description box just because you guys probably shouldn't get it. Anyways, let's start off with the Nike Cosmic Unity 3. So 160 bucks is a huge downgrade from the Cosmic Unity 2 with the cushion, right? The cushion sucks in that shoe. Also, the traction is pretty good, but the shoe is heavy. It's heavy and super clunky and very, very bulky and super boot-like, right? So it's a very flat shape, right? It's a super flat shape, so it's a slapper. The heel does not compress that much, so it's actually kind of clunky in the heel as well. And it's super bottom heavy too, very, very bottom heavy shoe. So it just does not feel good, and I really didn't enjoy playing in the Cosmic Unity 3 because of those reasons. If you're looking for a very supportive shoe and you don't really mind like a boot-like feeling shoe, like for example in like the Jordan 12s, if you don't mind playing the Jordan 12s, you're not gonna mind playing the Cosmic Unity 3, right? Or foam posits or whatever. But for me, the Cosmic Unity 3, yeah, don't get it and avoid it. It's not very, very nice. So there's that. All right, next we got the Trey Young 2. The Trey Young 2, again, not a terrible shoe in my personal opinion, but for me, and also a lot of people that I know, the fit was really, really not good. And that shoe is super duper freaking hard to put on, right? So very tight fit, very hard to put on, and also take off. You know, very, very annoying. Even when you break it in, you know, it gets a little bit easier, of course, when you break it in, but not that good. Also, the traction is not that good. The cushion is nice though. Cushion's nice, but also support's not the best just because it's like with that sock-like upper, my foot would move around, not like laterally, but like diagonally inside of that shoe, which is kind of weird, right? So, yeah, the Trey Young 2, not the best shoe. Next, we got. I feel like a lot of people, or some people will get mad that I'm putting this shoe on this list, but I didn't like it, and it's the Zoom GT Cut 2. Right? The Zoom GT Cut 1 was way, way better. But yeah, the court feel was absolutely horrendous in that shoe for me personally, right? It felt like super high up off the ground, just like LeBron's. Also, just way too much compression and way too much bounce. So I didn't feel super responsive when I was playing in that shoe because of the cushion. Also with the traction, right? With the smear like pattern or whatever, the smear traction wasn't the best, right? It was pretty good, but nothing amazing. Also, the fit in the forefoot was so damn tight for me that I didn't really like it all too much, right? So yeah, the Zoom GT Cut 2.0, not the best option in my personal opinion. Next, we got the Why Not 0.6. So the Why Not 0.6, not the best, just because the fit was really, really roomy for me, right? So I don't know why, just because all the other Why Nots were like super snug, right? Like a very, very snug fit in the toe box, but the 0.6 was more roomy in the toe box. And with that like zipper, right, with that shroud, it didn't even do anything, right? The zipper was super short and didn't improve the lockdown at all in that shoe, right? So even when I wanted to tie up the laces a little bit tighter, I couldn't, just because it's super hard to put my fingers inside of the shroud. But yeah, because of the roomier toe box, my foot would move a lot inside of the shoe. And also, I didn't really like the forefoot zoom in it just because it bulged up a little bit and didn't feel very comfortable. It reminded me a lot of the Zoom GT runs. So like, you know, usually like this, if this is your toe, it's either like flat or like this, right, with an offset. But in that shoe, it felt like that. So yeah, I didn't like the Why Not 0.6. And same thing with the One Take 4, right? And the One Take line has been pretty damn good. Like it's a budget shoe of Russell Westbrook by Jordan brand. But the One Take 4, the material, right, was not supportive at all, especially with the mesh material underneath that ripstop upper. And it was just like, again, my foot was moving around inside of the shoe a lot, like diagonally. So if I was doing lateral movements, my foot would go like this a lot, right? So everything about that shoe was really, really nice. Traction was super duper nice. The cushion also, like with the top loaded zoom unit in the forefoot, was pretty damn nice, right? It's just the fit and the support was not great in that shoe for me. So One Take 4, also avoid that shoe. Right, next we got the Jordan 37. So the Jordan 37, the only reason I don't like it is because of the cushioning setup. And the cushioning setup is just way too crazy, right? It's a double stack zoom unit in the forefoot, and it's just way too much compression, way too much bounce. It also felt a little unstable in the forefoot, right? Just because it felt like my foot was kind of on like a like a little ball or something, right? Or like a Bosu ball. Obviously not that extreme like a Bosu ball, but kind of unstable, you know what I mean? So I didn't like it, right? But I'm not saying it's a terrible shoe. It's just because of that I didn't like it. Also, you know, with the Leno weave, especially in the Jordan 37 high, not the best for durability. The low is a little bit better, right? I would suggest the low if you want like a crazy cushioning setup. All right, next we got the Del Dons. Don't get those. Just don't get them. The traction is absolutely horrendous. It just picks up dust so much and so damn hard to wipe off. The cushion also is nice, however. I did like the cushioning setup. I also like they did try to innovate with the Fly E system. It's not the best, however. I feel like it's a little bit of a gimmick. Okay, it does work, kinda, right? Kinda, but like when you're playing ball, you want like a lot of like lockdown, a lot of support, right? But with that, I felt like I wasn't getting as good lockdown the support as I would want by just tying my laces. So I would just put the shoe on with the Fly system and then just tighten up the shoe with the laces after that. So not the best. I mean, if you're not a stickler for that, then not a huge deal, but for me, I want a little bit more lockdown. So, and also the material quality was terrible. It felt nice on foot, it's like thin, but material quality is terrible. And last but not least, we got the Kobe Crazy 1. Don't get that shoe. Terrible. One of the bulkiest, heaviest feeling shoes I've played in a while, right? It's super clunky. It hurt my ankles actually when I was playing it just because it's so damn bulky. Like very, very clunky. Cushion sucks. Traction also in my color was not that good. Super duper stiff shoe. So yeah, don't get those. I mean, I guess for nostalgic reasons, if you want, then yeah, sure, of course. And you can definitely ball in it if you want, but yeah, no, I hated playing that shoe. So anyways, that about concludes my list of shoes that you should avoid. Again, this is just my personal opinion, but tell us if you guys have a shoe that you absolutely don't like to play in. Tell us down in the comment section below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.